This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and welcome to today's edition of the Pit Stop, where you are the real star of today's show, you being the pit crew, you being my fine friends, the people who hang out with me each and every morning to talk about the sim racing news. And I feel a little badly, wasn't able to do yesterday's show, and to be perfectly honest with you, almost wasn't even able to do today's show. It has taken every ounce of energy. I probably have giant bags on my eyes every minute and every hour of the day between Friday and right now just to get back online in the capacity that we're in. And we, even though we're going to push forward fast and quickly now, we have a lot of catch-up work and a lot of cleanup work to do. So, right now I'm noticing my stream looks like it's going herky-jerky. I hope my internet connection is good. I just don't know how things are going to be, and we are going to be kind of shaking things down. It's back to the old testing days. How's the video? How's the audio? How's the connection? So if you have any input, act like we're a brand new show starting all over from scratch, because that's the way I feel. Anyway, that is part of the day's news. Is just the fact that I'm doing everything I can do just to get it up and running again. Paul, you don't have to be. You just have to be here. I see George from Lionheart is in the chat here. We're going to talk about Lionheart a little later. I want to apologize and thank George. Number one, I want to thank him because the guys at Lionheart put on a great show with the IndyCar and the Formula 79 series. I have one of the sponsors of their fine work over there, and I've been trying to do updates on what's going on with the series, and I feel like I'm always a little behind and not giving it the attention that it's due, so I'm giving you a little extra attention right now. Anyway, sorry to have a long intro to today's show, but I'm just sort of getting back into the swing of things. And today is another one of those train wreck shows in that I haven't even read through my news. So very, very sorry about that, you guys. Again, just it took every minute of every hour of every day between Friday and now just to be here up and running. And I thought that we were going to miss today's show even. If you had known what it was like when I turned things on this morning, you would be amazed that I'm sitting here talking to my fine friends here today. So that's going to do it. I'm done with my apologies. I'm done with my, that was almost a rant if you read between the lines a little bit. Just a rant about how much everything takes me to do. Boo-hoo, Sean. Thank you, Bertus. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ivan. The pants. Oh, see the new camera angle. I didn't realize you guys could see that far down in my screen. I'm going to have to start wearing pants. That's very unfortunate. All right, let's get into the news. Sorry, you guys. We're 5 minutes in the show, and we haven't even done anything yet. So, what is going on in the world of sim racing? You know I always tell you about anything that's going to help you get better. That is one of the themes of the Sim Pit, is making you faster, better, having more fun with sim racing, and that always comes with trophies. Trophies are hard to, it's hard not to smile when you're holding a trophy in your hand. Yorkie's done another guide, episode 21 for Project Cars, and again, all of these Yorkie guides are totally transferable. They're breaking things down on a level that it's going to transfer from every single sim. So it doesn't matter. In this one, he's talking about your situational awareness. This is something I talk about all the time. It's, you want to talk about being a better racer. Having situal awareness is going to win you as many positions as a great setup. Just the ability to know what's going on and protect yourself at all times. Like the old boxing rules at the beginning of a fight. You know, protect yourself at all times. And in racing, you need to do that. And if you don't, well, then you end up getting punted. And maybe something you could have avoided. So check that out at Yorkie, Project Cars. Also, there was a write-up on the whole way the A1 Esport League finals played out. This at Esport News and Gaming Events, or GameGnome.com. And it, you know, I'm just mentioning it because you're going to start seeing these write-ups everywhere. Because look at the teams that are in it: Redline, FA Racing, VP Gaping, GTA Racing, F4H, Team ACR. All of the bigs are there, and you're going to hear those are our heroes. Speaking of similar type things, Flying Finn won the big first qualifying race for the Chinese Grand Prix, and there's a lot of attention given to him at the F1 2017 Twitter feed, showing you some of the last lap action. And I wanted to watch this race. This is something I actually wanted to watch live. It's very important to me. This to me has become as important as what's going on in the real life F1. These are my heroes. I love F1, but I'm a sim racer now. And not now, have been a long time. But great job, and I believe that is that Flying Finn? Is that Ilka Happala or is that Ilka Cotasalo? I can't remember which one. I think it's one of those two guys, if I'm not mistaken. MW, that's a great question. Don't know. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Don't know the car for next season. Bucho! Anybody has the thoughts and opinions on what we're going to run next season, you talk to Bucho. Bucho's the one. Hardware forum. So something from Darren at Sim Experience about a SimVibe plug-and-play kit that's available, I believe, in the iRacing forums. I'll try to have more for that tomorrow for you guys. Also, Race Room. Look at the names here. Look at the big names that are running in the Race Room. Again, we see FA Racing. We see ACR Zach Speed, Edge Esports, Turn 1 Esports. A lot of big names that are getting ready to compete in this Race Room series. So, Esport. I can't believe sim racing has become... You know, we started this show off as a mockery of ESPN to an extent, you know, Sports Center kind of thing. And way back when, we kind of tried to cover it in that capacity. And now we're to the point where it really is that capacity. Anyway, Assetto Competizione. Some screenshots. So we are seeing some of the incredible work that you come to know and love from Assetto Corsa, with the addition of weather effects and things like that. That just enhance the game that next level. This, between the Blancpain affiliation, we've seen the explosion of Esport and what's going on there. This is going to be a very big deal, and I think this is you're going to see a lot of competitions go to this particular structure, is my guess, and it is going to be another fighting ground or battleground when it comes to the whole concept of Esport. I'll look and see if I can pull that link up before the end of the show. You know, Alexander, that's a great point, and that's something that we haven't really talked about much. Viking Elite, thank you very much. I appreciate that very much, buddy. Really helps out a ton. But Alexander brings up the coverage ability when doing F1 2017, and if you compare it to like an iRacing with the ability to do the camera controls and the information that you can get available running an iRacing and Assetto Corsa and R-Factor 2, any of the bigs. But F1 2017 doesn't give you that ability. Maybe that's something that we'll see an improvement in F1 2018. With them expediting that title, with them already announcing they're transitioning right to that title for their esport, maybe broadcasting controls would actually be a big step up. Racing Freaks. Seli Saltunk. I'm sure I messed that name up. So there's more than one Flying Finn. I knew one of the Ilkas used to be and might be the other Flying Finn. If you go to iRacing.com Twitter feed, it'll have a link to the NASCAR.com. Again, I want to reiterate, this is at NASCAR.com. When I talk about the power rankings for iRacing Peak Antifreeze Series, we are talking about the NASCAR.com. So, even if you're not a NASCAR fan, I need you to understand and grasp this in concept. This would be the Formula One power rankings being at F1.com, which we're pretty much on the brink of that with it being the F1 2017. So, we're no longer back page or swept under the rug. We are now prime time. But Ryan Lusa maintains that top position. Ray Alfala up 1. Michael Conti up 3. He had a rough beginning of the season. Up 3 spots after last race. Keegan Leahy. Minus 2 spots. Logan Clampett minus 1, taking you through the top 5 there. R-Factor had a big up. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, Hoppala was Ilka Hoppala, the original Flying Finn. That's right, or at least in the sim racing world. But there was a big update to R-Factor 2. And Studio 397, ISI, these guys have really been at a frantic pace, making changes and updates and more work on the tire, bug improvements, things like that. There's a full release notes of everything at the R Factor 2 website, so you can catch up on all the changes that went on with it. I know that Mitchie, just yesterday, Mitchie did a drive, so there it is. Mitchie did the test drive of the new build, and you can check that out if you just actually have the link to that in the description of the show. So if you just scroll down, you will see Mitchie new R Factor 2 build 1110 released. First look at the new HUD heads-up display in ACR Zaxpeed Mercedes GT3 at NOLA. So that is big news and a big improvement to one of our favorite sims. TT Isle of Man has a screenshot. Look at this crazy sidecar. Back in the day, I remember my brother volunteered to be my sidecar pilot if I ever wanted to do such a thing. I thought he was crazy, but I was like, okay, I'll do it. We never got a bike. We never got that going. But now, sidecar, I cannot think of another sidecar activity in sim racing. This might be a first. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that could be crazy. And I wonder, you know, in sidecar racing, the co-pilot, the monkey, what do you call that guy? He has a name. Is it Monkey? No. Gosh, they have a weird name for that guy. But what he does back there, because it's not just on the side, he's all over the place keeping that thing on the ground. That is an art and a skill in its own. Forget the guy riding the bike, driving the bike. That guy on the sidecar is the guy who's keeping it on the ground, because that thing should not and does not work. Anybody know the sidecar pilot's name? They have a name for that position. I can't remember what it's called. Somebody's got to know it. Somebody's got my back. Come on. Anyway, that could be a nice addition to TT Isle of Man, and I have to be honest with you. I haven't played that nearly as much for the amount of fun I had with it. I really, really did want to do more. It was a lot of fun. Nobody has the name. There's a name. Am I going to have to look it up? Someone's got to Google this for me. Excuse me. I am very tired. Therefore, I definitely counterweight. That is not the name, but that is well done. Dead weight. No, come on. Oh, all right. I'm going to look it up. Sidecar motor. Oh, I can't type this morning. I'm so tired, you guys. It is Monkey. Thank you, Alexander. I thought it was Monkey, but it just didn't sound right when it came out of my mouth, but that's what my brain thought. Anyway, who wants to be a monkey in TT Isle of Man? Just checking in with the FA Racing page. Why? Because they're everywhere. Crazy Mofo, that is the name. Psycho, absolutely. Thank you, Michael Clark. Biscuits and coffee, it is. Much appreciated. Max needs some. And donuts. You know what? There's a donut shop right around the corner. I get to go test out. I'm very happy about that. Sorry if I've missed in your guys' chat and communications. I'm watching a lot of things and got a lot going on, and my brain is mush. But we're checking in with the FA Racing. Why? Because they're on that race room leaderboard that we showed you. They finished first, I believe it was, in the A1 Esport Project Cars League that we're talking to. FA Racing. You know, they picked their team, but if you think about it, they did add one more driver. Now you need to get out there and try to be that next driver for them. So, I heard about, it was sent in to me, but an absolute thriller in the VRS GTI Racing Series. 3 hours into the race, and it came down to strategy with the leader running on just worn out nubs of tires, trying to just maintain a lead as the better car with better tires was in the hunt. So if you want to check that out, this sounds like it was a race very worth watching, and you're going to find that at iRacing.com on YouTube, and you can check out and see the final. About 3 hours, 15 minutes into it is when you're going to find the new, or not the new, the final to the race. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but it was sent in, and I did watch the end, and it did. I heard the announcers, and it sounded like a lot was going on. So there you go there. And thank you guys, all those who have congratulated me on the new place. I'm very happy. I am going to miss the beach. I can tell you that. It is much hotter here than it was at the beach. But everything else should be good. I don't know if you noticed, but I haven't heard a siren. I think at this moment, 15 minutes into a show, we would have heard a siren by now. I don't know if you heard it, but the dog hasn't freaked out. It's much quieter here. The dog will be much, much mellower here. That's good. Should allow for more concentration all throughout. Sorry, I am giving you guys the long. I'm like just in that chill hangout mode today. I'm not really in that frantic pace, even though I'm not as prepared as I'd like to be. Someone sent it in to me, so I'm just going to remind you guys. But the race room competitions, the AMG Motorsport competitions going on. 5 days, 6 hours, 3 minutes, 28 seconds for that first round in the 92 DTM cars. So that's something I want to check out. Yeah, Thousand Oaks. We're in Thousand Oaks. I am in a really, really nice neighborhood now. I live around the corner from a Maserati and a Bentley dealership. And not just like one of those ones that holds 3, like rows of Bentleys, rows of Maseratis. So usually that is a good sign. Yeah, air conditioned, climate controlled, much newer, everything. The beach place was awesome because it was the beach, but at the beach in California, you're usually in sort of an older, dingier building. So somebody had mentioned something about the house. Hope it doesn't smell. Oh, my new place smells great. My old place was kind of dank. I mean, I loved it. Again, I've always lived at the beach or near the beach. And anyway, it's a change of pace, but I'm loving it so far. I think it's going to be great for the show. I think that's the number one most important thing. This location should be much better. I'm hoping for better internet, more consistent internet. I'm hoping for all sorts of things. So, and the air conditioning may be less sweat, but I'll still need a fan. Anyway, we talked about the rumor, and here's an article at Jalopnik, and I did see a post at Red Bull talking about it being official, that the Red Bull Global Rallycross has imploded. And so there is a full article at Jalopnik, and if I were going to trust anybody for the real source on the real story, it'd probably be Jalopnik. So you can check that out if you want to hear the details of the unpaid bills, the ungiven promises, and all that kind of stuff. I haven't done a speed test spatial. It's technically the same. I'm on the 400, I believe. And the speed wasn't necessarily the problem on the old place as much as the consistency. But I don't think people in Thousand Oaks will tolerate inadequate internet versus my old place. The other thing is the old place, it was so old. It's so old. How old was it? It was so old that the wiring was all a rat's nest, and they weren't going to fix it because it was a bigger than life job, and the new place should be all new wiring. So anyway, we are doing the chill show. Sorry, you guys are different. I don't know if I should apologize, but today is a little different. Next up, Xbox One is about to get 121 hertz support. So this is kind of cool. Will the games take advantage of this kind of stuff? So we are seeing those console systems, you know, if they can start doing some things like allowing multiple input controls, and that's, again, partially the software people as much as the hardware. If they can start offering proper frame rates, that is going to change the console. Because for me right now, the problem isn't so much the concept of the console, it's the performance of the console. So anyway, that's the future of Xbox, and you can probably consider the battle between PC and consoles might be heating up for a whole new phase, especially with the out-of-control video card pricing. Excuse me. All right, beyond that, actually, at this point in the news, I want to thank Thawman. Thawman, are you here today? Thawman is often in the show. Thawman has been my behind-the-scenes reporter for 6 months. It's a 6-month anniversary since Thawman started helping out with the live shows, sending me, on average, 20 to 30 stories a day, Monday through Friday. And if you guys should thank Thawman as well. THAMAHN. He's in the patron group. He's on Discord with us from time to time. He is in the chat all the time, very often. Right now, I haven't seen him chime in. But, yes, Michael, that is the next edition, a cup holder. I put it far away because I don't want to spill my coffee like I did at the last place all the time. But I want a coffee cup holder right here. There's Mr. Thawman. Thawman, 6-month anniversary. Thank you. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate it. You're going to be out of town next week. I know that. And we'll see how much my news falls apart without you. But thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And a lot of people send me stories. A lot of people do. And my thank you list could go on and on and on. But Thawman specifically, because by email, 7 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday, I get that email. And it's like, if I was completely useless, I'd still have a show. So I really, really appreciate that, man. You're an integral part of what we're doing every morning here. And I thank you endlessly. But thank you. Thank you so much. And anyway, this story came from Thawman, but Crossout, haven't even heard of this one, gets new cars, tracks, and more with Iron Shield pack for Crossout. Anybody played it? I haven't played it. Post-apocalyptic racer / shooter. I remember another game. Can't remember the name of it now. Similar type of concept. I might have to play some of that. That could be a great Monday Fun Day title. Team Vitality and Gaming Campus are partnered to train future esport athletes. And I'm not going to go into great detail on this other than just one of those, think about that. But we could be at the time where you go to one of those esport venues that a lot of these are being built to go to a broad audience. They're built to be open 365 days of the year, not just for the esport competition. But what if we're at that time where you could go to one of these places and actually get training? What if you could go there and one of the local great sim racers, what if you went to the Toronto Esport Center and Cy Yip was there, and maybe you had to hire him like you would a real driving coach, but he's going to work for you. So this could be a whole new thing. These facilities could be a lot more than where we just go watch our competitions, but it could also be where we go to get training and do practice, which is really, really cool. Neck tattoo. I was thinking about like a nice Simpit logo right here, and then maybe like a nice tribute to Schumacher type of thing over there. What do you guys think? Stress-free luxury. That's where it's at, Nutella. That's how I'm feeling right now. Euro Truck Simulator 2 gets a 1.31 open beta. Don't know what's involved in it, but a lot of truck guys are here in the audience. I know a lot of you guys play this because we talk about it in the Discord channel often. But you can check that out and get that update if you've played that one. Milestone, you know, they're already coming out with Moto GP 2018, and here's a cool video at Moto GP talking about the details. So they actually showed their techniques. There's a scanner, like a laser scanner, a drone, and they talk about the importance of getting a proper version of the track. It's not just draw a ribbon and decorate it. It's that it needs to be accurate. So will it maintain the accuracy of, say, like a iRacing? Oh, that's very doubtful because that's something that iRacing has based their sim on. But when we talk about sim pizza, we talk about how one company pushes another company to be better. And whether it be weather, whether it be graphically, whether it be the physics, whether it be laser scanning and the accuracy of our content. Well, companies have pushed, and now MotoGP is even, you know, I don't want to say responding, but they're seeing the importance of accuracy. Excuse me. Humble Bundle, which we talk about from time to time, and oh, no, Virgil, that was nothing. I just was always a Schumacher fan. It was the first thing that came to my mind. Thank you, Frank, on the beard. The Cholo may think you're... RF, no one's thinking that about me. I am not that kind of guy. I don't run around pushing my weight. Humble Bundle has raised over $125 million for charity. I've talked about Humble Bundle, and we've often talked about game deals that we can get over there. And I had no idea that part of their side game was doing a proper charity, but $125 million to charity is a pretty big deal. And a variety of charities, I don't know anything about it, but I thought that was very good, and since we talk about them, it was worthy of mentioning. These were sent in to me because I'm sure that's because Thawman knows that I'm in the middle of considering a computer upgrade. And maybe many of you are in the same boat. But right now, if you go to PC Gamer, there's a write-up on best graphic card deals of the week. Like a GT... And I'm not giving these away, you guys. These are not giveaway prices. These are, well, these are not me giving them away. But you could get 11 gigabyte 1080 Ti for $950. Just a generic 8 gigabyte 1080 for $620. So pretty good prices on NVIDIA products, and they have links to where they are. I'm not sure that they're all from the same store, and I haven't gone into detail. Other deals to talk about are things. AMD's updated price suggests they're already getting rid of the first gen of the Ryzen CPUs. So they're moving along very, very quickly. Hey, Andrea, thank you very much. Beyond that, best CPU deals of the week. More deals. So if you want to find out that you want a i9, 18 cores, the 7980XE for $1,890. That I didn't even know you could get such a chip. Minor stores only. Is that right, Michael? Wow. Well, I'll take a deal wherever I can get it. All right, so let's get down to the planet Earth here. And here's an i7 7870. Gosh, I can't get numbers out of my head. 7820X for $470. Is that going to have to be my baby right there? I could probably drop down to this one here and do just fine. Anyway, big deals. These are all at PC Gamer, those last three stories. Pacers, the basketball team, the pro basketball team, their gaming esport team begins play in NBA 2K League next month. So, much like the Formula One teams are drafting and creating their teams for the world of esport, the basketball guys are going after the same thing. So here we are, the Pacers going after esport with their team starting up next month. Boy, we're at 28 minutes on a daily show. Sorry about this, you guys. Let me just finish things up real quick and we'll move along for the day. I'll tell you everything that's got going on. The futuristic racer cologne. I thought this was, we had talked about a gamer's cologne a while ago, and I actually at first thought that that's what this was. Then I watched the video and find out that it's sort of this Tron type racer game on motorcycles in tubes. So that's kind of an interesting. So it's on the Windows Store and Steam updates for it. Here's an article here at Gaming Front. Will Gran Turismo Sport soon be launching an esport? I haven't read it. Don't know the verdict. I can only imagine the answer is yes. You know, Sony's always kind of tried to control things a little more than others. So Sony might be more of, hey, here is our esport world, more than the let's open things up to working with the entire world or putting something on. But we can only anticipate. Talking about VR and what will help VR get big or help VR fail. Help it fail. Cause it to fail. The new Vive Pro bundle. Now, if I'm a sim racer, I don't need all of this kind of stuff. But there is no special giveaway. No 1080s. I see people trying to give away my video cards again. I don't have them. We would have a better show if we had more 1080s laying around. Anyway, the Vive Pro bundle with 2 base stations, 2.0 base stations, controllers, the whole package at $1,400. that is pretty pricey. They're not going to sell a ton of those, in my opinion, at that kind of price. But there are cheaper ones available as well. PUGB's first major esport tournament has begun with a $2 million prize pool. Doesn't apply to us so much. It's PUBG, but it just shows you the money. Shows you the money. Follow the money. Show me the money, you guys. Beyond that, Sim Racing Systems Simpit series. You know, you've known about the Assetto Corsa series, the Exos Challenge. We've been doing various different series for months and months and months. Anyway, Paul Ricard is this Thursday and Friday night's races. In addition to that, I've talked about it, but I want you guys to know we're also doing a race room series. So this is the Touring Car Challenge, and that runs on Saturday mornings. A lot of you guys send me emails saying, can you do something more Euro-friendly? Well, we're not doing an Assetto course at that time, but that Race Room Saturday series is totally meant for you. I see a typo there. It should say Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, not 10. But that is a time that everybody should be able to make if you're interested. That's 4 hours, 4 days, 1 hour from right now is when that race will be going on. That timing, it's going to be 4 hours, 4 days, 1.5 hours. So we have that going on. Beyond that, that is the end of the show. A few things I want to just talk about. I mentioned Lionheart at the beginning. Well, their next race is one that the Simpit name is actually on. So the Grand Prix of Watkins Glen is going to be tomorrow night, 9:30 Central Time, and 37 laps at Watkins Glen in the IndyCar. Tonight at 6 p.m., we're going to have a cool thing. I'm going to go run practice with the guys at Lionheart on their server. And during that show, we're going to make some spots available to you guys. So once they get all their crew in there, once I'm in there and the stream is live, this is at 6 o'clock tonight, I'll be announcing that a few of you. So if you want to run in the IndyCar, the new IndyCar, fixed setup at Watkins Glen, along with me and the guys from Lionheart, that's going to be tonight at 9:30 Central Time. Beyond that, Mitchie is going to be on the air. Oh, that's yesterday's stream. But Mitchie's going to be on the air in about an hour doing a shakedown for his next race. If you want to see some live drive by Mitchie, that's going to be going on in about an hour. And then beyond that, this was last week's news, but Jessica actually sent me some more pictures of things that she remembered from our days at ISR. And so if you didn't see it, the link is in the description of the show, but there's the interview with Jessica. And it was a lot of fun catching up with her and kind of going back in time a little bit and talking about her impressions of the show and everything that we all did together. So, anyway, thank you, Jessica, for sending these in. Also, she had promised contact information for her. So that should be coming very soon as well. I told her, hey, you promised it. Are you really going to do it? So we'll have information on how you can get a hold of her and keep up with her moving into the future. But again, if you didn't see that interview, it was really great catching up with her, and she's a great lady and a big part of how and why I'm still sitting here today. So that is going to do it for today's show. Thank you guys. 35 minutes in. I know it was kind of casual. I know it was kind of all over the place, but it just feels good to be back in the rig. It feels like it's been forever. It's only been 3 days, but that's how much I miss hanging out with you guys each and every day. I will be back at 6, finally getting back in my rig, getting down to do some driving. I'm looking forward to that. I'm totally like got the addiction. I need my driving. I need my driving fix. I've been working on all this stuff. Lots of work to do on the studio and other things still, but at least I do get to drive later today. That's going to do it today. Thank you, guys. Thank you, the pit crew. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your patience and your support and everything that you guys do. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.